Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Sukanya Bharadwaj, bringing to you the headlines first. All-party meeting in New Delhi ahead of winter session of Parliament. Government ready to discuss all issues. President Draupadi Murmu calls for moral-based education to overcome social threat like deep fake. Manipur Chief Minister welcomes UNLF cadres to the mainstream at Kangla in Imphal. Counting for the Mizoram Legislative Assembly rescheduled for December 4, 2023. And Rafael Nadal to return to competitive tennis at the Brisbane International in January 2024. And now the news in detail. Government today asserted that it is ready for discussion on any issues in the winter session of the Parliament beginning Monday. An all-party meeting was convened by the Union Government in New Delhi to seek cooperation from political parties to ensure the smooth functioning of both the Houses of Parliament during the session. Briefing media after the meeting, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi said the government has urged all parties to cooperate in the smooth functioning of the two houses. The winter session will continue till 22nd December.
मीटिंग में 23 पार्टी का 30 लोग हाजिर हुए थे. 23 parties, 30 leaders had attended. कई सजेशन आए हैं शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन के लिए, कॉलिंग अटेंशन के लिए और 0 ओवर के लिए. ऐसे कुछ उनका डिमांड है. 0 ओवर तो हम चलाते ही आए हैं. दोनों सदनों में 0 ओवर तो हम ऑलमोस्ट 99% रेगुलरली हमने चलाते आए हैं.
President Draupadi Murmu has said that the modern technological tools like the artificial intelligence can be used for making life easier, but at the same time it poses a social threat like deep fake. To overcome this, moral-based education can show us the direction, she added. President was addressing the 111th convocation ceremony of Rashtra Sant Tugdoji Maharaj Nagpur University today. 129 research scholars were awarded PhD degrees at the convocation. Maharashtra Governor and University Chancellor Ramesh Bayes, Union Minister Nitin Gadkari, Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, State Higher and Technical Education Minister Chandrakant Patil were present on the occasion.
यही तथ्य टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ भी लागू होता है. अगर हम इसका सदुपयोग करेंगे तो देश और समाज का भला होगा, और अगर दुरुपयोग करेंगे तो मानवता का नुकसान होगा. आज
Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar has said that India's economy as well as its global respect and credibility has increased manifold in the recent years. He was delivering the prestigious Dr. Rajendra Prasad Memorial Lecture of Akashvani in New Delhi today. Dhankar said today the countries of the world want to listen to India, respect its views, while the skills and talents of India's youth is recognized globally. The Vice President said African Union was granted membership of G20 under the chairmanship of India. This is the result of India's increasing credibility and respect in the world, he said.
जो इतना नियमित और इसने 107 एपिसोड का सफर पूरा कर लिया है. जब मैंने मन की बात के 100वें एपिसोड के कार्यक्रम में अपने आप को सम्मिलित किया, मैं आश्चर्यचकित हो गया. क्या कुछ मन की बात में नहीं हुआ. किन किन लोगों का लगाव रहा, जुड़ाव रहा. देश के प्रधानमंत्री ने किन किन लोगों के दिल को छुआ, किन किन लोगों के दिमाग को.
Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has lauded the people of Manipur for their unwavering support in bringing United National Liberation Front UNLF towards the path of peace. The signing of peace agreement on November 29, 2023 has been made possible only with the support, cooperation and encouragement of the people of Manipur, the Chief Minister said today at Kangla, Imphal. He was speaking during a reception ceremony welcoming UNLF cadres to the mainstream after the signing of peace agreement with the Government of India and Government of Manipur. Speaking at the function, he said being able to bring the armed rebel group to the negotiating table is a significant step towards bringing peace in the state. Without any criticism, let us find out the outcome of the peace talks first and then let's expect good results, he added. Assam Day was celebrated at the Tingkhong Higher Secondary School grounds in Dibrugarh district today. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma inaugurated the celebration by paying floral tribute and lighting lamp at the portrait of Chalung Sukapha, the founder of Greater Assam. A culture procession was held to mark the occasion where several ethnic groups participated. The celebration was attended by Union Minister Rameshwar Tali, State Revenue and Disaster Management Minister Jogen Mohan, Culture and Industry Minister Bimal Bora, Tea Tribes Labour and Employment Minister Sanjay Kishan, among others.
অসম দিৱস এই অসম দিৱসৰ দিনটোত কৃতজ্ঞ অসমীয়া জাতিয়ে বৰ অসমৰ ভেটি নিৰ্মাতা স্বৰ্গদেউ চাওলুং চুকাফাৰ প্ৰতি
In Mizoram, Chief Electoral Officer Madhu Vyas has stated that the counting process for the Mizoram Legislative Assembly on December 4, 2023 would take place in 40 counting halls, with each assembly constituency having its dedicated counting hall overseen by a counting observer. Earlier, the Election Commission of India had revised the date of counting for the election to the Mizoram Legislative Assembly from 3rd December to 4th of December 2023 after receiving several representations from various quarters requesting for change in the date.
We had requested the Election Commission to change the date of counting considering the local sentiments, as Sunday is devoted for church service. So yesterday Election Commission has agreed to the request and changed the date of counting of votes for Mizoram from December 3 to December 4. So this has
Nagaland Chief Minister Nephew Rio has called for inclusiveness by breaking barriers and empowering every individual to thrive. He was speaking at the Disability Pride Fair 2023 commemorating International Day of Persons with Disabilities today at the Bamboo Hall in Kisama. He said that it is the duty of the government and the people who are blessed with good health to support and look after the persons with disabilities. He also announced 1 crore corpus fund from next year's budget.
And delighted to be with you.
It's the second day of Hornbill Festival today. Under the Cultural Connect segment, various tribes presented cultural dances. The Zaliang troupe performed Lovers Dance, Mimi Cultural Troupe performed Bravery Dance, and Sumi Cultural Troupe performed the Spirit of Rain Dance. In the morning session, Deputy Chief Minister T.R. Zaliang was the host, and Ambassador of Colombia to India, Dr. Victor Echeverry Jaramillo, graced as the chief guest. In the evening session, it was hosted by Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton. A first of its kind taxpayers launch of the Income Tax Department, Department of Revenue, Ministry of Finance, Government of India was inaugurated by Harinder Bir Singh Gill, Member Taxpayer Service TPS East Zone, Central Board of Direct Taxes at the Kisama Heritage Village, Nagaland on Friday. Speaking on the occasion, Gill said that the launch is one of the first steps in order to create awareness and educate the people regarding income tax.
Great step, very well thought of by the Northeast Principal CCIT, especially thanks to Gaina for conceptualizing this.
In In Sikkim, Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamangole joined Chief Justice of Sikkim High Court Justice Vishwanath Somadar during the foundation stone laying ceremony of the new High Court building at Sokethang, Gangtok. Speaking on the occasion, he emphasized the symbolic significance of the High Court, a stronghold of justice, equality and the protection of fundamental rights. In tennis, former world #1 Rafael Nadal will return at the Brisbane International warm-up event for the Australian Open in January 2024. The 22nd-time Grand Slam champion has not played a competitive match since bowing out in the second round of this year's Australian Open when hampered by a hip flexor problem. Nadal was initially expected to miss just 8 weeks but underwent surgery on a hip muscle in June. After 1 year outside of the tour, I think it's the right moment to be back, said Nadal in a recent video. In Meghalaya, the state government will allot 2 more parking spaces this week in order to decongest Shillong town, especially around the Secretariat area. Deputy Chief Minister in charge of Urban Affairs as well as Transport, Snowvalang Thar, said this week the state government will allot another 2 more parking where minimum 400 to 500 vehicles can be parked. Meanwhile, he said that the state government will shift the Secretariat and other major government offices to New Shillong Township soon. On air connectivity, the Deputy Chief Minister said the state government awaits reports from the new consultant. Continuing with Meghalaya, Deputy Chief Minister Snowvalang Thar on Thursday informed that the government will hold a meeting with the Harijan Panchayat Committee HPC on December 7th to resolve the Harijan colony issue. Briefing reporters in Shillong, Thar stated that there are certain adjustments to the earlier relocation blueprint after the HPC objected to the government's proposal. To enter news, the main points once again. All-party meeting in New Delhi ahead of winter session of Parliament. Government ready to discuss all issues. President Draupadi Murmu calls for moral-based education to overcome social threats like deep fake. Manipur Chief Minister welcomes UNLF cadres to the mainstream at Kangla in Imphal. Counting for the Mizoram Legislative Assembly rescheduled for December 4, 2023. And Rafael Nadal to return to competitive tennis at the Brisbane International in January 2024. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.